Manchester United 7, Barnsley 0. A morale-boosting win for the Red Devils. Without any further ado, let's analyze. Alright, so before I get started with this tactical analysis, let me confess something, okay? So this time with this game against Barnsley, I had to be a little more selective with the clips that I'm analyzing here than usual. And the main reason for that is because, guys, it's Barnsley, okay? So beating them 7-0 doesn't really tell us much about how Manchester United play under Erik ten Hag. So basically I looked for clips that are specifically, or that specifically show the proactive side of Manchester United's tactics, i.e. patterns of play, trends, tendencies, traits that are replicable no matter what the opposition is, and sequences of play that don't really rely on individual brilliance as much as they rely on teamwork, okay? And so this is one of those sequences. So this is obviously the first goal, Marcus Rashford's goal. Now, as you can see here, Christian Eriksen, because Manchester United under in this particular game, even though they were listed in a 4-2-3-1 shape with Marcus Rashford playing as a striker, that's not true. That is extremely misleading. In fact, in this game, Manchester United played a strikerless formation because Rashford, Garnacho, as well as Antony, who's all the way here, they had a free roll. Basically, they were roaming all over the place. They would go on the left, on the right, whenever they see fit. But the one player who stayed exclusively through the middle is actually Christian Eriksen, playing in that false nine type of role. And here, as you can see him, he's standing and taking this position in between the two, banks of 4 and 3 that Barnsley had. And also Barnsley, one of the reasons they were so bad is because of their tactics. How can you come to Old Trafford, you being a League One team, playing against Manchester United and be this aggressive, when clearly Manchester United's strength is to play into these areas? So definitely Barnsley got their tactics wrong. But here, Christian Eriksen, by being in this position, like I said in my Xerxes video, is causing all kinds of headaches to the defender. So now what's going to happen is that the center back is going to go towards Christian Eriksen. As a result, this empties this area over here. Now, as you can see, Garnacho and Marcus Rashford are each taking one defender with them. And now what's happening is that all of the Barnsley midfielders are following Christian Eriksen, but this left-sided centre-back who was on Marcus Rashford is obviously coming centrally to clog this area that was opened by Christian Eriksen's movement. This means now that Garnacho can actually find Rashford in space. And if you remember this sequence of play, guys, every time I hear people say, yeah, I'm anti-Erik ten Hag. Okay, why is that? Well, because he doesn't have any style of play. Guys, whenever I hear that, I want to cringe. If somebody tells you that, just know that they are wrong. I don't condone violence. I don't condone being mean to people. Just look at them, smile, turn around, and leave. Might as well start debating the merits of the flat earth theory, okay? He does have a pattern of play. This little pattern is actually the same pattern we used when he scored that Kobbie Mainoo goal against Manchester City. The opposite was, the only difference is that, of course, Marcus Rashford was the one who played the ball into Garnacho. And then Garnacho to Bruno Fernandes to Kobbie Mainoo. Same pattern of play. So don't tell me that he doesn't have a style of play. Marcus Rashford in these situations is the player you don't want to have in this situation, because he's got space, he's got pace, he's got skill, and what a finish. Beautiful Manchester United team goal. Now, one of the reasons why I'm not super excited about this game is that Barnsley were really bad. I mean, look, not only are they pressing really high and without any real purpose. I mean, there's no true intensity in their press. They're not really blocking any passing lanes or anything. But here, Bayindir goes for a long ball, and look at this. This is just amateurish. This just makes me cringe as well, because these 4 defenders, they're trying to, play a high line in order to catch the Manchester United players offside. In fact, they were successful with Marcus Rashford over here. However, Antony right here, because of his run, now the number 7 is actually going with Antony, which means that there is no more offside trap. That means there is all of this space for Manchester United to exploit. And of course, the keen-eyed among you are going to remember this sequence as being the one that has led to Alejandro Garnacho's, the third goal of the game by Alejandro Garnacho. So yeah, very poor defending by Barnsley. But this sequence right here is even better. First of all, Ugarte. It's so refreshing to have a ball winner in midfield. After we lost Sofiane Amrabat, we definitely had to replace that quality. And here Ugarte is definitely bringing this. He brought it against Southampton. I didn't make a video about that because the sample of clips that he was involved in was kind of small, so he didn't really tell us much about his performance. Let's hope he starts on the weekend against Crystal Palace. But anyway, he wins the ball right here, and then the importance of standing in a zigzag position, because when you do that, you create more passing lanes and it makes it harder for the opposition to win the ball back. And then here Ugarte towards Marcus Rashford, sorry. And then this right-sided centre back, again, makes a very bad mistake over here. But actually, when I think about it, is it really a mistake? Because the question is, what choice does he have? So does he stay here to cover for Alejandro Garnacho, or does he go with Marcus Rashford? Because if he doesn't, Marcus Rashford has a lot of space and time on the ball. He goes, and Garnacho has a lot of space. So Garnacho is getting ready to make his run. Christian Eriksen, who is, a veteran playmaker, sees Alejandro Garnacho's run and is ready to just lace in this beautiful ball in his path. This is where Manchester United are at their most dangerous. You cannot play this way against Manchester United. Play a low block, a mid block, play compact. That's going to cause us problem. We fail when it comes to opening up defenses that are well organized and that sit deep. Don't play like this. Not even Manchester City and Liverpool would actually dare to play against us this way. Liverpool, when they beat us 3-0, they always kept at least 2 defenders in a covering position to make sure that they can deal with this kind of threat. And of course, Garnacho, gotta talk about him. I think he's got like 7 goal and assist contributions this season already, and I think he only started 1 game. This one. So yeah, amazing performance by him, and I'm so happy to see his growth here at Manchester United. This goal is also really impressive because the movement between these 3 players, Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho, here is just amazing. I tried to track them. Whether I was successful at that or not, I don't know. But here, Bruno Fernandes, I just love his movement. He didn't touch the ball, but he just kept moving. Christian Eriksen moved into a position where he can receive the ball, and he's just so effective. That's the effective football, straight to the point, that I like to see from Manchester United. And then here, this goal is also very important. First of all, because I want to praise this man, Antony, okay? Truth be told, I mean, his first season, initially, he was good. He looked promising. But then after that, it went downhill. Last season, it was just sad to see Antony in a Manchester United shirt. And I really hope, because, listen, at Ajax, he was very good. Maybe his goal and assist contributions were not world-class level, but there was a player, a very technical player who opened up spaces for others and who contributed in many different ways. But I really hope that we get that Antony back. And I think that in this sequence right here, just as I showed how we scored goals by exploiting spaces in behind the defense, one other thing that we have improved on under Erik ten Hag is, of course, our ability to score from these high turnovers. We are very good at pressing from the front foot and then exploiting mistakes by Barnsley. Marcus Rashford's second goal was also after a mistake from Barnsley. So here what we have, good positioning from the Manchester United players. Mazraoui wins the ball, and then here, a nutmeg with a back heel from Antony. Guys, I am Moroccan, okay? So we value nutmegs just as much as we value goals. Probably that's why we'll never win a World Cup, because our priorities are not in the right space, okay? But I love nutmegs, and this was just amazing. And I want Antony to just discover his swagger. And as far as nutmegs are concerned, we had one from Xerxes against Downs against Southampton in the weekend, and then now from Antony. Great stuff, okay? And then what we have, the second move is, of course, Bruno Fernandes, who is very good at moving and attacking the half spaces right here. That was also another back heel. Christian Eriksen identifies this space here, so he makes the right move in order to position himself. And then Xerxes, what I said about him in my Xerxes video is that he keeps things simple and keeps them moving. And then that's a beautiful goal from Manchester United. It's worth noting that Bruno Fernandes had 2 assists in like 28 minutes. So great performance and great result from Manchester United. A great morale boosting result. All right, so 2 things about this win against Barnsley. The first thing is that I feel that Barnsley were let down by their manager's tactics. I mean, those tactics were naive. How can you come to Old Trafford and expect to get a result by playing that way and leaving all of those spaces for Manchester United's pacey forwards to exploit? So yeah, in that regard, Barnsley actually made it extremely easy for us, okay? And I also agree with Erik ten Hag on what he said after the game. He said, well, I didn't panic after the Liverpool result, just as I'm not getting excited after this result. Basically, what he's saying is that beating Barnsley doesn't really make you the best side in the world. Just as losing against Brighton and Liverpool doesn't mean that your season is over. We're going to evaluate our season and our results in May, but for now, we can only take it one game at a time, and each game can only be evaluated within its context. Having said that, I still have to say the following. which is that when you look at our results from last year in cup competitions, this 7-0 win against Barnsley is definitely an improvement because we struggled against teams of the same standing. In fact, and here I refer to that Newport game. In fact, there's a journalist, I forgot who it was, who used this example to roast Erik ten Hag in one of his press conferences. When Erik ten Hag said that during his time at Manchester United has won the most titles after Manchester City, that journalists say, yeah, but you nearly got knocked out of the competition by Newport, which is true. And this, what it tells us is that for Manchester United to beat a team of Barnsley standing is by no means a formality. Never mind to beat them with such a comfortable and dominant scoreline. And this, in and of itself, is improvement. It is progress. And while I'm not saying that we should get excited and then this is just the evidence that we have turned a corner and that now we're going to start beating every team with a double-digit scoreline, we shouldn't also look at this as a meaningless result. I see it as an extremely positive result and a great confidence booster at a good time in the season, right after the international break, right after a win in the Premier League, and right after two back-to-back defeats at the hands of Brighton and Liverpool. And what I've seen was actually extremely promising, and we should definitely look ahead with optimism at the future. So guys, let me know what you think about this win against Barnsley in the comment section below. And guys, please, just one little thing, guys. If you really like this video, please just hit that like button, guys. It helps a lot. Okay? Until next time, cheers.